Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Woodstock, Georgia, it's time for Cherokee Business Radio. Now, here's your host.
Welcome to this very special edition of Cherokee Business Radio. It is time for our Woodstock Arts segment, one of my favorite times of the month. Really enjoy visiting with the folks over at Woodstock Arts. We have so much going on in this community, and Woodstock Arts is such a big part of it. Please join me in welcoming to the broadcast, once again, no stranger to the Business RadioX microphone, Mr. Brian Gamel. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Stone. Glad to be here.
Well, it's a delight to have you. Before we went on air, I was just thanking you for giving me the heads up on this, the Crochet show. You said to Stone, if you and Holly want to go to this thing, you better get you some tickets because it's going fast.
Yeah, we are pretty daggum close to selling out, considering we went on sale less than 12 days ago. So
wow.
we officially went live with our new ticketing system. So it's a lot simpler and easier to use for our patrons. And we also went on sale for everything next year. So from August 1 through July 31st of next year, everything that we're doing is on the website, on sale, all of those lovely things.
And there's like a season option or two as well. You don't have to just go in there and buy individual stuff, and there's probably some sort of incentive or some packages, right?
For sure. So it's super exciting because the old ticketing system, you used to have to go into subscriptions to get a subscription. This one, as you're going through, if you're buying your table for Lantern Series, it'll say, hey, if you want a discount, just get 3 more tables. There's a pick 4 option. Just get 3 more, and it'll give you this percentage off. Or if you buy all of them, you'll get this percentage off. So it's a really, really cool and advantageous system to allow customers to come in, buy a table, and go, oh wait, you know what? I do want to go to a couple more of these, and I can get them discounted instead of sitting here and every single time trying to go and find a subscription, right? So.
And these tables, this is not like you don't have to mortgage your house to get these tables. They're like a couple $100 or something, right?
Yeah,
$200-$300.
It's kind of insane. It's sticker shock at first when you're thinking about it, right? Because you're buying the whole table, which is 6 to 8 seats.
Yeah.
If you have 4 other friends, or if you're with a partner and you have 4 other friends or 2 other couples, that's really all it takes. Yeah. And you can fill that table up. Then you're talking, other than Crochet, because that's our headline, and it's going to cost a little bit more. You're normally talking for a reserve table $20 a person, somewhere in that ballpark. And the seats that you buy for just 2 of you end up being about $18 a person. So
right.
You pay $2 extra, and you get to sit significantly closer. And if you come and decorate your table, you get a chance to win a table to the next concert. So it's one of those things that the deal is just outrageous, and people have a lot of fun with it. It makes it easier to just bring a meal, eat, have a good time. We have wait staff service for the tables as well, so you don't have to get up and get your own drink and miss anything. We will come to you and ask you if you need anything, get you another Reformation, get you another Land Hard cider, maybe some wine,
Well, and a little plug for Christopher, because the first couple of times that Holly and I went out, she likes the Sauvignon Blanc, and you didn't have it, and Holly pestered Christopher to the point where you got plenty of Sauvignon Blanc now and every other thing probably.
Yeah, when we first started the Lantern Series, we just had the theater space, right? The Reeves house wasn't built yet, so all the inventory was over there, and it just turned into, we'll have a couple of more options over at Lantern Series. And now we basically bring up most of the Reeves house inventory of wine too, which is a wine bar. So, you have premium, you have house for most of everything. I think the Sauvignon Blanc is one of those more mid-tier where we don't have a house wine. We have like the nice Sauvignon Blanc for you. But.
Sweet. Well, no, RMO, and we'll do it for Crochet, but we'll do it for the season. We'll smoke something on the grill during the day or the day before, or we'll bring some shrimp out. And we get kind of schmancy with it. My newest project, because I had it at a nice restaurant up in Chattanooga over the weekend. I'm an old country boy. I eat fried okra all the time, but this chef cut the okra the long way, and then he baked it or fried it in very shallow, a little bit of olive oil. So we're going to show up with like this Stone special okra probably. I got to experiment with, but we'll steam some shrimp or smoke some some ribs or some pork butt. And then you invite a couple other couples to come to the table, and you can say, tell someone, you handle kind of hors d'oeuvre stuff. We'll handle the main thing, and then you do the dessert. It's just it's a party, man.
It's so much fun, and you got to try frying pickled okra. I did that once.
Now, was it already pickled, or did you pickle it?
my mom pickled it. It was something from the family, so we bought it we brought it over and went, why don't we fry this like fried pickles? And dude, it is amazing with a little bit of ranch and ooh.
And so do you bread it with like cornmeal or whatever the normal breading is, and then you like deep fry it like the old school? Okay, I haven't tried, but I bet that does add a nice flavor.
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
a nice little a little bit like a fried pickle, you know.
Man, I love to cook. I love to eat. I've been trying to eat a little bit less and a little less often, but I find that I enjoy food as much, if not more, than I did when I just gorged myself. So I'm loving it, and these are great opportunities, right? Take your cooler in. Don't worry about the drinks; they'll handle the drinks, and just get you one of those little rolling coolers. We got us one of those little wagons. Like the young couples have with the kids.
Yep.
But instead of having kids in ours, we got food.
Listen, my wife and I have been talking about getting the same thing. We don't have kids yet, at least, and those little wagons, just moving them around wherever you need to go. They're especially for events like the Lantern Series or the jazz nights that we have at the Reeves house that are completely free to the public. Just go ahead and bring whatever you need on the wagon back there. So.
I know I love jazz nights too. This is so you got jazz nights, you got the Lantern Series, you've got the theater, and we're kind of early in a relatively new installation over at the Reeves house right now, right?
Yeah, there's the exhibit's called Homegrown, so it's all artists from Georgia, and it's a juried showcase, which means that they submitted and they had to be selected by a panel of judges, and the judges are going to determine a winner of it, and they're going to get a prize. So we're planning on doing a similar thing next year, but expanding it to the entire Southeast, so not just the state of Georgia, but this is all homegrown Peach State, kind of tying in with our production of James and the Giant Peach, which opens when we're recording this tomorrow, Wednesday morning, the 13th. So if you have any of the kids at home too, that you're like, man, I need to do something with these kids. It's been a month of summer vacation. I need to do something with them in the mornings on a Wednesday. Well, 10 a.m. Wednesday mornings, and also Saturday and Sunday afternoons, we have James and the Giant Peach for the next month for you.
And you, that is such a cool story.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and the singing team did a great job of building this giant peach on stage, and the cast is a lot of fun. We have a kid playing James, and then we have adults playing some of the other roles, so it's really that theater for young audiences, right? It's not just kids in the show, but it's adults and kids, but it's for kids, and they do a lot of great work. The music's a lot of fun. It's by the same guys who wrote The Greatest Showman and Dear Evan Hansen. A lot of those. The music is just so much fun, and the cast, you can tell, is having fun with it too.
And there are season options for the theater. There's season options for the Lantern Series, or there's all kinds of different packages. But just go to the website and run through it and find what's right for you.
Yeah, and it'll be super easy. I will say for the theater, we're introducing select your own seats, not for James because it's still part of this current season that doesn't until July, but everything from August on, you actually can select your seats in the theater. So it's not the general admission, buy a ticket, then hopefully show up 45 minutes early to get a front row seat. It's
sweet.
You can go ahead and pick it out. And I'll also say our subscribers, you get an insane deal if you subscribe to the season.
Yeah,
it's cheaper for the front row than anywhere else if you subscribe.
Wow.
Yeah, if you get the full season, it's something insane. I don't remember the exact price. I want to say it's close to like $12 a ticket or something, because it's,
Man, that's great. That makes it accessible to everybody.
Well, yeah, and that's our goal too as an art center. Obviously, with the way the world's working right now, but trying to keep it as accessible as possible. Because we are a volunteer-run organization, because there's also, being the beginning of the new season, a ton of volunteer opportunities. If you're crafty and thrifty and you really want to make props, we have those opportunities throughout the season. Same thing for costumes and for lighting and sound and all those fun things with the theater.
And like me, I have no discernible skills, but I have a truck. And I have time.
Yeah, that is so important.
Throw some stuff in the truck, run it over to the green or whatever, or just I can do like and it's good to get out and do a little something physical or whatever. So I can be ice guy.
Yeah.
Stone, go get us some ice.
And we have a couple volunteers who come every Lantern Series Saturday morning and roll some tables and put them out. There's always something. Even if you're not skilled and all you have is a truck, you can probably move at least a table and a couple of chairs. So, but it's we love our volunteers. It is so much fun to work with them, and we're we have Camille who's doing a great job with it, and we've been counting hours because, you know, as an organization, we want to show the work you've put in and like how that equates to financial or whatever that may be. So the system that we have tracks all of that, but also if you're, you know, within a certain top 10 or top 12 for that month or whatever it may be, you might be invited to extra special events like a preview night for a theater show or whatever that may be.
So you've got all these new ticketing season kind of packages and options, and part of it has been brought to bear because you have a new software system that's more user friendly and all that stuff. Probably a lot easier to manage.
Yes.
And I think last time we talked, you were just about to install some kind of digital screen TV thingy. Tell us about that. Where are we on
that the LED screen is completely installed. So if you've been at Reformation, looked across the street, you can see a giant black wall because it's not turned on, that we have. Beautiful picture. We've been working with the city on some events that they've been doing. So we've had, I believe, 2 movie nights up to this point. There's another one coming up this month, Harry Potter. So it's going to be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone on the third Thursday of the month. And we're super excited to have that. But also, we're going to start having some more events out there like with that. So they're not technically on the website or anything yet. So they're still in kind of early phases, but we're talking about having movie nights ourselves kind of throughout whenever we can. We're going to have a couple over December for the holiday movies. Cool. Those will not be at night, just a heads up. Those might be more of during the day for the families, but so we're planning on having a lot more free events out there that, you know, because Lantern Series is a paid ticketed event because we are a nonprofit that are paying for these artists to come in, but we definitely want to be able to make a lot more accessible and free programming for our community, and what better place than the Event Green.
So where are you? I forget, because we've been doing this segment for a while, and I can remember there's a period of the year where you go out and source these marvelous acts. Is that in the fall? When do you do that?
That's normally fall, winter area. That way we can get everything planned, and then we announce next year it'll be in April. Hold on, let me do some math. I believe it's going to be April 15th, if I'm not mistaken, that we're going to announce all of what's happening the following August through the following July. So not 2023 August through July 2024. So
do you go to places where there are your peers from other communities and the acts come to you, or do you go to the acts, or a little bit of both?
It's mostly been conferences from that side of things if we're going anywhere. So we just recently had Sub Radio, phenomenal group. They were a lot of fun. But I found them through an artist we'd already had. You know, we had Sammy Ray and the Friends October of 2020 and followed them on social media because it's the best way to kind of figure out who knows who in that industry, because everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And then she just said, "Man, I love these guys." And I went, "Great, we can love them too." So found their agent, talked to him a little bit. But like Croce and when we had Crystal Bowersox from American Idol, when we had her here, it was we were at a conference. Croce, I believe, actually showcased, so we got to see him perform. Crystal did not, and some of the other ones haven't, but they we get to see some artist showcase. We get to talk to their agents, but also we get to just talk to whatever agents are there and figure out. It's just what we normally say is we love the unexpected and high energy, because that's just what we've found our audience likes. And kind of the goal and mission of the Lantern Series is to bring different cultures and conversations together. So being able to say, I want people to go, "I'm not so sure about that Chamber Soul," and then come and have such a phenomenal time. You know, you come to 1 or 2 Lantern Series concerts and you're going to realize you can trust us, because, you know, the talent will always be there. And for me, it's also a win if you go, "You know what? They were very talented. It's not my cup of tea, but they were very talented. I'm happy I came."
Right. And we still had the shrimp and the wine.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have a great time no matter what. But in all honesty, very rarely recently have we had a lot of the, you know, it wasn't my cup of tea, but, you know, they were very talented. We've had a lot more, I think, open-mindedness, because we have a lot of returners of like, you know, I'm going to go into this thing and I don't know what I'm going to get, and I'm going to have a great time because I know I will.
Well, I got to say, personal experience, that has personally happened to me. I've opened my mind because, you know, in the old days, I was like, yeah, man, I listen to both kinds, country and Western. And now, you know, I don't, you can, if you get the email from Libby, which I do. We want to, and you want to make sure get on that email list and get the information from which, because they'll send you an email and check out their website. But I mean, you might see like we're going to have bluegrass and reggae. You know, I mean, it's just there is no combination that's out of bounds.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And kind of like you said, I was like, yeah, I'm open to music. I like musicals, and I like country. And that's what I like. I'm very open to all kinds of music. But, you know, by doing this job and by doing that, I used to not like bluegrass at all.
Really?
Love it now. Obviously love it now.
Yeah.
And I specifically love Irish bluegrass too, because there's a couple of groups that do it and they do it really well. And
right.
it's a genre you're like, that's kind of weird, but it could work. It works really well. So we had Jig Jam earlier. I believe it was this calendar year. It's been a roller coaster of a year.
Sure.
But, I think it was in March. We finally had them after, you know, the pandemic, forcing them to get pushed back like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, it was great having these guys from Tullamore, Ireland, come in and play some bluegrass. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So to plugging in as a volunteer, a website's a good place to poke around. And there's probably some people to contact or reach out or you know what, swing by the Reeves house and get you one of those waffles and then ask about it. There's lots of different ways to plug in, but the website is just a wealth of information. That's a great place to start it.
Yes, for sure. And the website can give you direct access to our volunteer portal where you can sign up and log in. And Camille does what we call Visionary 101, because that's what we call our volunteers, visionaries.
Nice.
They share in the vision of the organization.
Absolutely.
But where she'll give you a tour and talk to you about, you know, what's going on in the organization, show you the entire property, because we have that 4.5 acre lot that we're constantly developing. We helped design the playground that's on the lot, you know, all of those lovely things. But she'll talk you through all of that. And the easiest way to do it is just go on the website and sign up for one of those Visionary 101s and figure out how you want to get involved.
And you could just straight up write a check too. If you have the means and you resonate with the mission, you believe in this. I mean, there may not be an opportunity to buy a brick in the sidewalk anymore. I don't know about that, but if you can just straight up do that.
We are a 501c3, so all that is, I believe, still tax deductible. You can write all of that off. Even from a business side, from sponsorship standpoints too. We're right now in sign up and renewal season because the next season starts in August. So if you're a business really looking to throw your name on something in downtown Woodstock, we I believe you know Chris Van Zandt. He's signed on to be our presenting partner for the theater.
Sweet.
So we still have a presenting partnership available for the Reeves House, but then we have other things you can find out as well. The best person to contact for that one would be Beth. She's our development manager. So, and the easiest way to contact any of us is our name at woodstockarts.org.
Well, that's easy.
That's our email. So
I love what you guys did. Is it accurate to call it like a rebranding from the Elm Street to Woodstock Arts? And I mean, I think part of the team you had help you do that is like, these are people that did this stuff for like Coca-Cola, like big companies and stuff, right?
Yeah. We did work with Tom Cox and a little bit with the city as well, because he did their rebranding for the Visit Woodstock's section of the city branding. But they did great work, and Libby's been able to use that well, and to also take the overarching brand and create things in our theater season, and to create things with the Lantern series, so everything feels cohesive and smooth. And you know what? Instead of someone getting on the radio and butchering Elm Street Cultural Arts Village, if I had a nickel every time for
that's a mouthful.
We'd have a brand new $10 million theater. But now we just have Woodstock Arts, because we're in Woodstock and we do the arts and keep it simple.
No, I love it. And of course, now we have a Woodstock Arts hat.
Yeah, we are selling merch. You can find it at the Reeves House or Lantern Series.
It's not in the studio right now because it's in my personal collection, because I love that hat. I wear it everywhere.
You got one right there.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave you two.
I do have one right by the on-air light. Sweet. You did give me two. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a nice hat too.
It is. I'm
picky
nice
about my hats. Yeah. It's a nice hat.
Very cool. All right, before we wrap, let's leave our listeners this month with some key URLs and some key dates, just to give them a little quick reminder.
Yeah, for sure. Homegrown is still happening throughout the summer. That's the exhibit over at the Reeves House, so go in and check that out at any point. All those pieces are for sale. They've actually been going pretty quick, so if you like something, you might want to go ahead and sign up and pay for it. But you would get those at the end of that exhibit. Obviously, we have a concert this weekend. Kashana Armstrong Armstrong. She is phenomenal. She's a Georgia native, does great work. But then we also are kicking off next season with Croce Plays Croce, which you might have seen on PBS, and he's done some great work with that as well. And then in the theater, we have James and the Giant Peach, and then we'll kick off next season with a play called Cry It Out. That's about women who have just given birth, and just kind of all of them are in different phases of motherhood, and it's a beautiful story. And then we have auditions coming up for Rocky Horror Picture Show. Rocky Horror Show. It's not the picture show. There's a difference. So the live version, stage version of the show.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so that's just a few of the things coming up. So
perfect. And the site is
woodstockarts.org.
Yeah.
Not .com.org, but
.org.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming and keeping us up to date, man. And I'll see you on the green.
Yeah, see you then.
Okie doke. This is Stone Payton for our guest today, Brian Gamel with Woodstock Arts, and everyone here at the Business RadioX family saying we'll see you next time on Cherokee Business Radio.